A man takes a hammer and smashes an antique worth 40,000 euros with all his might. He pounds it until it is completely deformed before stopping. Then, he throws it into a chemical solution to corrode it. When taken out, the brass chalice is mottled with rust spots. They will turn this 40,000 euro antique into 40 million euros. They bring equipment to a church. Standing before the priest, they pretend to be archaeology experts from a prestigious university. However, the priest had already investigated their backgrounds. I looked up your information online. There might be over 650 results. I've looked through your archaeological achievements, excavation projects, articles published in scientific journals, and archaeological discoveries and awards. Please, come in. Berlin takes out an ancient parchment, claiming that this church has been recorded in many documents. With every piece of evidence presented, the priest becomes more stunned because he cannot understand why a church built in the 12th century could appear in documents from the 5th century. If what we discovered is true, then the oldest church in Paris is not the Saint-Germain-des-Prés Abbey, but this church right beneath your feet. How would a priest who dearly loves his church react when suddenly told that a priceless treasure might be hidden beneath his feet? He would surely be incredibly happy. Seeing that they didn't look like they were joking, the priest looked at them with sharp eyes and immediately invited them down to the basement to explore. And that was exactly their purpose for coming here. The beeping of the detector sounds. They lie to the priest that there seems to be a relic underneath. The priest looks at them with determined eyes, his face showing disbelief that a priceless treasure was hidden under the church, and he was about to witness this historical moment. But immediately, Damien pours cold water on him. Not necessarily. Why do you say that? Ground-penetrating radar only detected some fragments. It's not enough to prove it's the ruins of an architectural structure. We need to excavate to find more evidence. Enticed by the group, the priest agrees to let them excavate right there. They take the chalice from a bag, place it in the hole they just dug, cover it with soil, and use wooden boards and a rubber mallet to pack it down. Waiting for the priest to come down to check, they use a metal detector to search. Along with the beeping sound, just a few sweeps of a brush reveal the buried chalice. The priest witnessed the entire excavation process with his own eyes. A smile gradually bloomed on his face. We need more time to excavate and also need some heavy machinery. I will help you apply for a parking permit so you won't be fined. This was their true purpose, because hidden beneath this church is a secret passage connecting directly to the Paris catacombs. Their goal is to open this passage and use the secret tunnel to break into the most heavily guarded auction house in Paris. A major auction is about to be held there, and all the jewelry will be kept in their vault. Their target is that jewelry, worth 44 million euros. Sparks fly, the iron lock falls to the ground. The group begins exploring the tunnel. In the pitch-black tunnel, they use glow sticks to mark the way, crawling through a cave opening full of bones. Using the device in hand, they finally find the designated location. But they still need to dig a 14-meter-long slope to reach the outer wall of the auction house's basement. After a few days of excavation, something unexpected happens. The priest wants to take the chalice to the university to show the chancellor. Hearing this, the group is immediately terrified because once their fake identities as archaeologists are exposed, all their efforts will go down the drain. Although reluctant, the priest still takes the chalice and is on his way to the airport to go to Spain. Hearing this news, Berlin completely loses his cool. He didn't expect the priest's vanity to cloud his reason so much. Now, the priest must be stopped immediately. Otherwise, the plan nurtured for half a year will fail completely, and they might even go to jail. We must get the chalice back. I want you to get it back at all costs, even if you have to hang him in the airport restroom. In short, bring it back to me. Receiving the order from Berlin, Roy immediately prepares to rob the chalice from the priest. He tells his accomplice to prepare a motorcycle, but being alone, driving, braking, and controlling the clutch, how could he have a free hand to rob him? So, he has to drag Cameron along. As soon as they see the priest stepping out of the church, they rush up to snatch the chalice. But unexpectedly, the priest holds onto the bag tightly and won't let go. Two bodyguards standing nearby see everything. The two sides struggle and fall to the ground. The chalice falls out. Cameron picks up the bag and runs for her life. If she gets recognized, they are all done for. But the two burly bodyguards chase closely behind. He hurriedly hijacks a car on the side of the road, but unexpectedly, the road ahead is blocked. They have to duck into a nearby auto garage to hide, but the two bodyguards still follow. At this rate, they will be discovered sooner or later. They need to create some noise to distract them so they have a chance to break the car window. Roy uses tools to fiddle around for a bit, opens the door, and starts the car, all in the blink of an eye. But the sound of the engine still gives them away. A bodyguard swings an axe straight at them, hitting the mark. The tire is slashed, the car loses control and crashes into the side. Fortunately, neither is seriously injured. They climb out of the car, stagger up to run, only to find they are surrounded on all sides. It's over. A strong stream of water hits them, making them unable to stand firm. They no longer have the mind to care about the chalice falling to the ground, they just want to escape this place and figure things out later. Both think that the failure of this mission will cause the whole group to fail. They were prepared to be reprimanded, but unexpectedly, the chalice appears in front of them. How did you get it? The priest came to me with a cane in the middle of the night. He said he wouldn't go to Spain anymore. Carrying such a precious chalice is too dangerous. Robbers already tried to attack him. But the good news is he will rest for a week. We have enough time to dig the tunnel. After many days of diligent digging, they finally reached the designated position. Next, these 6 people will create a case that shocks all of Europe. A man puts an effervescent tablet in his mouth, glances at the clock on the wall, and then continuously provokes 2 security guards. He smashes a flower vase and kicks over a trash can. Finally, the security guards can no longer tolerate his provocation. Bruce falls to the ground, his whole body convulsing and foaming at the mouth. Seeing this, the security guard is so scared he doesn't know what to do. But all of this is part of Bruce's plan. Previously, they had already dug a tunnel, so Bruce will stall for time so the other 5 can act underground. Behind this wall is the vault of the auction. To leave no fingerprints, hair, or even dust, they built a sterilization area underground. To enter the vault, one must wear a helmet and protective gear. First, use a cutter to sever the steel bars connecting the concrete blocks, then use a motorized vehicle to move the cut concrete blocks. 2 of them successfully enter the vault, but their images are recorded by the camera. However, the 2 security guards outside are not paying attention to the monitoring screen. They have 3 minutes to hack into the entire CCTV system and must escape before being detected by security. Kayla cuts each camera wire, and the images on the monitoring screen go out one by one. But due to extreme nervousness, Kayla accidentally cuts a power wire, causing a fuse to blow. The entire surveillance system is paralyzed. Everyone is in a panic. Should we leave? The camera has no signal. If we leave now, we will definitely be exposed. The 3 minutes are almost up, so Bruce has to try to stall for time. Kayla pulls out fuses one by one, but only 30 seconds remain. If this continues, they will be discovered by security. Finally, the blown fuse is found. 15 seconds left. Replace the fuse, reconnect the transceiver. At this moment, Bruce has finished his act. Kayla and the accomplices also finish their task just in time. The concrete blocks are put back in place right as the security guard turns back to the monitoring screen. Fortunately, the guard discovers nothing unusual. Kayla rushes to the control panel. The image inside the vault appears on the screen, proving they have controlled the camera system. They just need to record the image of the empty vault beforehand and loop it. Others can freely enter and exit the vault without the guards knowing. They will open the 25 centimeters thick steel plate right under the guards' noses. The method is simple. They will cut this 7-ton steel plate like slicing bread. Install motors and wheels on both sides. The diamond wire saw will start running at a speed of 40 meters per second, cutting from the top down. Then, install a pulley lift at the top. The steel plate will be lifted like a rolling door. The steel door is slowly lifted. The group successfully enters the vault, but inside it is empty. Seeing this, they are overjoyed because no one in the world would suspect that someone would spend so much effort to break into an empty vault. The black girl, Kayla, reports this good news to the boss. The boss says that now they just need to sit tight and wait. The wealthy of Europe will automatically bring their family heirlooms to them. Soon, the day of the auction arrives. The auctioneer carefully places each rare piece of jewelry brought by the nobility into boxes and moves these boxes to a private display counter. The auctioneer carefully uses both fingerprints and facial recognition to lock the vault tight. Not even an ant has a chance to crawl in. With such a strict security system, even they would take 6 hours to reopen it. This period is the perfect opportunity for them to strike. 6 thieves enter the secret room to sterilize their bodies, then put on special protective suits because only by doing so will they leave no trace in the vault, not even an eyelash. Kayla uses the pre-prepared surveillance video to play on a loop, swapping out the live feed. The others use the old trick, slowly walking through the secret room to the back of the vault, crawling through the gap one by one, and rolling inside. Kayla is on pins and needles, worried something might happen, but luckily everything goes smoothly. Thinking about having 44 million euros in hand soon, the thieves cannot hide their excitement. Boss Berlin cautiously steps up to observe. At this moment, the auctioneer is only a wall away from them. Who would have thought that inside the vault, seemingly guarded strictly, such a bold theft is taking place? Berlin instructs his accomplices that before the camera switches back to the live image, they must put the jewelry boxes back in their original places. Hearing the order, the group starts to act. Sparkling jewelry is countless. Fortunately, each piece of jewelry has a unique serial number, helping the thieves count easily. Thanks to smooth coordination, each piece of jewelry is stolen one by one. Unexpectedly, while dividing the loot, the old man and Berlin have a conflict. A jewelry box falls to the ground, making a loud noise. This noise immediately attracts the auctioneer's attention. But the guard explains that it might be the sound of steel expanding, so there is no need to worry too much. Hearing this, the auctioneer cannot help but be confused. Furthermore, the guard shows him the camera image. Everything is normal. But the auctioneer is still not reassured. He presses his ear to the wall, trying to listen for any movement. On the other side of the wall, 2 thieves stand frozen. Their faces are serious, fearing the auctioneer will discover a clue. Instinct tells the auctioneer that something is wrong. He immediately demands the guard open the vault, but the guard explains that it takes 6 hours to reboot the door. Hearing this, the auctioneer tells him to go around to the back of the vault to check. Kayla, the hacker, immediately realizes their intention and orders the group to withdraw from the vault immediately and close the door. The thieves frantically roll out the door, grabbing a remote control to operate the machinery blocking the entrance. On the other side, the guard has obtained the spare door key. Then, the security guard unlocks the door with 2 fingerprints. The situation worsens as the door hasn't been fully lowered. Kayla feels like the sky is about to fall. Just as the spare door opens by a hair's breadth, the entrances are finally closed. Kayla hurriedly switches the camera back to the original image. Thanks to precise timing, the auctioneer standing in front of the monitor detects nothing unusual. The guard shines a flashlight everywhere, quickly noticing the back of the vault. Kayla is panicked. The group feels like they are about to fail, tears on the verge of falling. The guard doesn't miss any corner, checking meticulously, but he seems to discover nothing. The guard returns to the main hall and closes the spare door. He reports to the auctioneer that everything inside is normal. The man says he also observed via the camera. The guard asks if they need to open the vault. Their conversation reaches Kayla's ears. She assumes the auctioneer will still open the vault. The thieves' hearts sink. If the door opens, they will all be thrown in jail. Just as the auctioneer is hesitating, his wife calls. He is a man who fears his wife, so he immediately rejects the guard's suggestion. Everyone in the vault sighs in relief. Their lives are considered saved. The robbery plan continues. The old man says this will be the last time he helps Berlin. Berlin remains silent. Shortly after, all the jewelry is successfully stolen. The group quickly retreats, but before that, they must wipe out all traces. The thieves use a loader to fill the wall, then use an electric welder to seal the entrance and paint it to match the original color. They use a vacuum cleaner to suck up welding dust, ensuring not a single trace is left. Finally, they use old bricks to seal the wall. Everything will be left behind in the tunnel, including the crane, excavator, engine, and other tools used for the crime. Finally, they close the tunnel, taking the jewelry and computers to escape. A perfect robbery has been executed. Berlin can't help but imagine how hundreds of years later, when these tools are discovered by future generations, what a miracle it will be. They will become legends, leaving a bold mark on history. However, this robbery still has one final step to complete. Berlin sneaks into the auctioneer's house in the middle of the night, disguises himself as him, and steals the car keys. Berlin deliberately exposes himself to the camera, driving the auctioneer's car away. He chooses a discreet location in the auctioneer's travel history and drives there. Not long after, he arrives at the designated spot. After confirming no one is around, he opens the door and enters. Berlin takes out the tools he brought, then takes out a label from an expensive piece of jewelry. He uses a lighter to burn the label, deliberately leaving a small part in the toilet and stuffing the rest into his pocket. That's not all. Berlin takes out a gem, pries off a small fragment, and throws it into the sofa crevice. Only after finishing everything does Berlin return the car keys and put the hat and coat back in place. The thieves return to the hotel one by one to avoid suspicion. They do not flee during the night but plan to leave early the next morning. But before leaving, they must clean the room thoroughly, ensuring no evidence or loopholes remain. In the next room, the old man is sorting the jewelry. He puts the jewelry into vacuum bags and uses a machine to compress them into small packets. Looking at the huge fortune before his eyes, the old man cannot help but be moved to tears. Then, he puts the compressed jewelry into herring cans and seals the lids. After being processed by the equipment, brand new herring cans come out of the oven. The next day, when the police discover the anomaly in the vault, it is too late. The female police officer does not believe that anyone could steal the jewelry protected by a security system that even experts take 2 hours to open. But the truth slaps her in the face: the jewelry has vanished without wings. Not a single hair remains, everything has been stolen cleanly. Security adds that during the shift that day, apart from the auctioneer, no one entered or exited. The female officer decisively arrests the number one suspect. Seeing the plan succeed, the thieves prepare to leave. Berlin arranges for Brooks and Kayla to go first. They will carry 3 herring cans containing jewelry, posing as backpackers to check out. The two blatantly slip away right under the police's noses, then catch a bus to Spain, traveling along the Pyrenees Mountains to the rendezvous point. Berlin believes this way is safe because the police would never believe that a backpacker's bag is full of diamonds, let alone escaping by bus. Ken and Cameron drag their suitcases out the door. The old man will take the remaining herring cans along with them, pretending to be a happy family driving a camper van. Berlin, being the mastermind, will naturally be the last to leave the hotel. He will dispose of the items used during the robbery, such as binoculars, monitors, and computers. Finally, he will take a train to the rendezvous point with the others. On the other side, the police extracted surveillance footage from the auto garage from the previous night. The image shows the auctioneer driving out at midnight. The auctioneer feels extremely confused. Although that coat is his, the person who drove his car at midnight was clearly not him. The female officer is stunned. She thinks the auctioneer has gone mad, not knowing what nonsense he is spouting. The female officer adds that the thief drove to the auctioneer's second house. After searching, they found traces of jewelry in the toilet and on the sofa. Saying this, she presents the evidence in front of the auctioneer. Faced with undeniable evidence, the man is speechless. The auctioneer cannot help but suspect whether he was sleepwalking last night. The female officer smiles with amusement. She reassures the man that no matter where he hid the jewelry, she will not let it leave France. Immediately after, superiors mobilized a large police force to blockade the roads. 1 second they were leisurely and carefree, the next, the family of 3 is frantic. The old man did not expect that even a small remote road would have police checks. Ken immediately becomes restless. He hurriedly stands up, grabbing the 3 herring cans. Cameron and the old man are both stunned by Ken's action. Ken explains that if the police check, he will jump out the window to hide. The old man advises him to calm down. They have done a very clean job and left no evidence. Ken does not believe the police will let them go. Seeing the police signal to stop the vehicle, Ken intends to jump down, but the car is surrounded by open fields. Even if he runs for his life, he will be caught by the police immediately. The old man orders him to close the window. Cameron reminds the old man to focus on driving. The old man slams on the brakes, almost hitting the police. Ken hurriedly puts the herring cans back in place. He is worried, trying to appear calm, staring straight ahead. Several policemen point guns at them. The old man awkwardly explains that he didn't mean to hit them. The police demand to check IDs and search the vehicle. The old man knows talking is useless, so he obediently cooperates. He accepts the fake ID sent by Cameron. The girl immediately stands up to open the door for the police. The officer orders the 3 not to move. Then, they begin to observe every detail inside the vehicle carefully. The old man calmly hands the papers to the police. Someone quickly notices the cabinet above. Ken immediately panics. The police ask where they are from. The old man replies that they are a family of 3 from France. This trip is to honor his late wife. Ken adds that his mother never had the chance to travel when she was alive. Just then, the officer on the other side opens the cabinet. The group stares at the cabinet, fearing they will be exposed. But unexpectedly, instead of herring cans, the police are more interested in the urn containing ashes. Cameron sadly says that inside are her mother's ashes, but in France, scattering ashes without permission is prohibited, so they don't even have the right to transport this box of ashes. What do you mean? You won't take our mother away, will you? Don't do that. It's absurd. Isn't France the land of freedom? Isn't it the place of equality and fraternity? Quiet, sit down. Ken cannot hide his anger, but the police still insist on opening the urn and the herring cans. The atmosphere in the car becomes tense. Cameron lowers her head in terror. Taking advantage of the moment when everyone hasn't reacted, she hurriedly hugs the urn, opens the car door, and runs out. The police order Cameron's arrest. She uses all her strength to run forward. Behind her is a crowd of police. She doesn't care about the police's orders and just rushes forward. Even when the police fire warning shots into the air, they cannot stop her determined steps. The police have to aim forward and pull the trigger. She is so scared she freezes, standing still like a statue awaiting the punishment. Cameron collapses to the ground in utter misery, but the police are still determined to snatch the urn from her hands. She struggles with all her might, but the strength difference between a man and a woman is too great. During the struggle, the urn falls to the ground. Cameron cannot believe this happened under the eyes of the police. Crying, she picks up the ashes bit by bit and puts them back into the box. The old man runs over to comfort his grieving daughter. Witnessing this scene, the police officers cannot help but feel guilty. Open what? You want to search everything we have, but leave us in peace. Hearing this, the police officer is moved with compassion for this family. He decides not to search anymore and lets them go. Back in the car, the thieves sigh in relief. Cameron's excellent performance deceived the police. Not giving her an Oscar would be a mistake. Escaping death by a hair, the old man reminds his accomplices to call Kayla and Bruce. He confirms that they are currently on a bus, indicating that even the remote road he is on is blocked, so the bus carrying them is certainly not safe. The old man tells them to get off at the next station and hike through the mountain paths. When night falls, they must pitch a tent in a secluded, hidden place. Early the next morning, they will continue hiking. Remember to stay away from the main roads. Receiving instructions, the two have to prepare, then obediently get off the bus at a mountain gorge. The old man decides to rest for 3 days at a nearby campsite. He predicts the police will never suspect that they are fishing instead of fleeing. Under Ken's direction, the old man parks the car. Cameron busies herself in the car for a while. After confirming there is no danger around, Ken also starts installing equipment. But the siblings pair still falls into the police's sights. Their overly intimate actions show that their relationship is not simply that of siblings. At the same time, the police are stuck in the investigation and have invited a top female detective with a 100% case-solving rate. The first thing the female detective does after taking office is to release the auctioneer. One glance and she realizes the auctioneer was framed. Worse, the old man receives news via phone that Berlin is having trouble disposing of the evidence and is very likely to be discovered by the police. Therefore, he decides to return to the hotel to find the boss. Before leaving, the old man instructs the two young people to wipe all traces in the car. Then, he drives a motorcycle away without looking back. Ken and Cameron skillfully clean the car and even deliberately scatter someone else's hair, which was prepared in advance, everywhere in the vehicle. After finishing arrangements, before the two can rest, they are closely monitored by the police. Police surround the camper van 3 layers deep inside and out, fingers on triggers, ready to storm in. Fortunately, Cameron discovers the unstable situation in time. The police step closer to the camper van, the situation becomes serious. But before they can attack, a series of gunshots suddenly rings out from inside the camper van, catching the opponents off guard. However, the police react quickly, increasing firepower and shooting back at the camper van. The female officer holds a loudspeaker asking the other side to cease fire. The gunfire quickly falls silent. Learning from the lesson just now, the officer orders the police to retreat. Next, the female officer tries to negotiate with them. A loudspeaker sticks out from the window. Ken says he will not surrender, but if the police give him 5 minutes to think, he might consider compromising. Before that, he demands the police near the vehicle retreat. The police agree to his request. Having said that, the loudspeaker is retracted. 5 minutes pass very quickly. Ken decides to tell them half the location of the treasure. He makes up an address to mislead the police. But the female detective is no amateur. One glance and she realizes the speed and angle of the loudspeaker moving in and out are identical. However, the opponent says she noticed it long ago but just didn't say it. So, the female detective steps out directly and calmly approaches the camper van. Actually, from a few minutes ago, the two had escaped through a tunnel. The loudspeaker and gun in the car were controlled by machines. Seeing the opponent saw through their plan, the two have no choice but to run for their lives. Sure enough, when the female detective enters the vehicle, she sees no sign of any criminal, only dummies in operation. This scene leaves the police outside dumbfounded. Oh, wonderful, they even arranged a puppet show for us. The rug on the floor attracts the female detective's attention. She lifts the rug, grabs the handle, and opens the hatch. The sight before her makes her gasp in cold air. Below is a deep tunnel. Police follow one another, jumping into the hole, pistols in hand, going deep inside to probe the situation. Ken and Cameron finally reach the exit of the tunnel. He does not hesitate, hurriedly climbing up to the ground. A car just passes by. Ken pushes the manhole cover from the inside. The two finally see daylight, but they dare not be negligent, running like the wind towards a truck. Looking at the traffic passing by, Ken comes up with an idea. He tells Cameron to go to a nearby store to buy carpet glue and a glue gun. The woman looks suspicious but says nothing, silently walking towards the store. Ken pulls out a dagger hidden in his leather shoe, aiming straight for a large truck. In the tunnel, the police are still chasing closely. Soon they also reach where the two were hiding. Cameron just steps out of the store, looking around anxiously. Just as she is wondering where Ken is, a truck with a large hole cut in it drives past her. The man sticks his head out, signaling Cameron to come closer. Just as Cameron runs over, the police also open the manhole cover. Cameron hurriedly climbs onto the roof of the truck, avoiding the police's sight. She hands the hot glue gun to the man. Ken uses it to fix the piece of tarp he just cut onto the roof of the truck. He tells Cameron to hold the bar on the roof tight, then quickly crawl inside and pull the tarp over. Now they have blended into the truck. Ken takes the opportunity to fix the inside as well, hoping to deceive the police. At this moment, down below is full of police. They carefully search every corner. When the truck driver starts the vehicle, the two feel victory is within reach. They just need to leave here to be safe. Unexpectedly, the car hasn't gone far when it is blocked by the police. The two feel the situation is ominous. The police ask the driver to get out and open the cargo box to check. They are going to open the door. Hold the bar tight, press your head against it. When I say so, use all your strength to push up. The two simultaneously use their strength to push up as the cargo door opens. Inside has returned to normal, nothing unusual. Cameron tries to brace herself. This difficult move is indeed a challenge for her. But the police still leisurely check. Luckily, just as she is about to run out of strength, the police tell the driver to close the door. The two, like deflated balloons, immediately collapse. But the officer is still not reassured, deciding to climb up the cargo box to check. They are coming up. Now the reverse, hold the bar tight, sit down. Going up and down like this, Cameron is about to reach her limit. After scanning comprehensively from top to bottom, the subordinate reports the vehicle has no issues. The officer looks around once more before slowly stepping down. The two sigh in relief. Hearing the engine start, it seems their lives are temporarily preserved. So, the clueless driver carries two criminals away. Regarding the old man, after a long journey, he finally finds the boss. But the boss tells him not to act rashly because the police have tracked down their hotel. If they investigate the surveillance cameras of people entering and leaving the hotel during this time, the matter will be exposed. Therefore, they cannot leave this room even more, otherwise, it will easily alert the snake. Berlin takes his phone and calls Kayla. He needs her to hack into the hotel system immediately and wipe clean their surveillance images. But unfortunately, Kayla is on a boat with no signal at all. Berlin tells her if she doesn't delete it within 4 minutes, everyone is done for. Kayla panics, hurriedly taking out the device she carries, taping the computer to the rocking boat. She tells Bruce to speed up the boat to a place with a better signal. Bruce does not hesitate, immediately steering the boat to zoom away. The female officer shows her ID, wanting to know if any suspicious people have rented rooms recently. Surprisingly, the receptionist discovers the ID information of a group of people had previously vanished without wings. The waiter next to her adds that there was a group of Spaniards who stayed here for 17 days, but 5 of them left 2 days ago, one of them just returned. The strange thing is that during their stay, they firmly refused to let staff serve and clean. Saying this, she reads exactly Berlin's room number. The female officer hurriedly asks her subordinates to send more people for support. She needs more people to surround this place. The subordinate suggests they go to the monitoring room to use the camera to track the thieves. The situation becomes dangerous again. Kayla is surrounded by cliffs. Bruce doesn't know what to do or where to steer the boat. But the police have arrived at the monitoring room. The woman stares at the screen, daring not to miss any detail. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Bruce accidentally steers the boat out of the canyon. But a new problem appears. Kayla needs to select the scenes with the boss to delete. This is indeed a big job. In an urgent situation, Berlin tells Kayla to delete all surveillance cameras, then hack all the police cameras. The police are completely stunned to witness the entire surveillance system fail simultaneously, as if performing a magic trick. She hurriedly reports the incident to her superior. Everything was within the female detective's prediction. She tells the staff to get the master key, ready to storm in at any time. After confirming all cameras are disconnected, Berlin and the old man begin to act. They step out of the room and run through the hallway. At this moment, the elevator also arrives. The female detective and police quickly load their guns. Unexpectedly, the two manage to sneak away before the elevator door opened. They hurriedly hide in a nearby storage room, evading the pursuit of the two strong women. The old man carries a box over. Berlin immediately delivers a kick to the passage inside. The old man follows closely behind. The path leads to a basement. Seeing the car in front, the two come up with a plan. They disguise themselves as hotel staff and head straight for the car. After fiddling for a while, Berlin puts on glasses, looking very convincing, and the old man also finds the car keys. Immediately, they drive the car away to escape. At the same time, the police and female detective arrive at the hotel room, ransacking every corner but seeing no one. The female officer decisively assumes they are still hiding in the hotel and orders a blockade of all exits, including the parking lot. But it is too late, the old man has driven far away. Only now do the subordinates strictly block the parking lot, finding no trace of them. Damn it! The old man parks the car in a hidden corner. Then the two get out, unbutton their shirts, take off their clothes, remove their hats, and throw everything into a nearby trash can. After a series of decisive movements, the two walk out. A food delivery guy at the entrance attracts their attention. The two walk quickly forward. "We are the film crew of the show, Millionaire Within Reach. You have only 10 seconds to decide. Take 15,000 euros in exchange for your 2 motorcycles. If you don't trade, that's it." Timer starts. So the two disguise themselves as food delivery staff again, continuing their escape. Thinking about disappearing in front of so many people, Berlin feels he is really cool. The two drive from early morning until sunset. Meanwhile, Cameron and Ken cover themselves completely in the tarp, avoiding the helicopter sweep. The truck has arrived in Spain. They are like lying on a sleeper bus, enjoying the feeling of surviving a disaster. When the truck stops at a rest stop, the two quickly jump off and run towards the assembly point. Brooks and Kayla drive a 300 horsepower canoe fleeing hundreds of kilometers. After docking, they abandon the boat and switch to jogging 190 kilometers on a trail. Then they ride motorcycles and then get on a boat to escape. Every change of transportation makes it harder for the police to track them. As for Berlin, he didn't expect the police to still set up a checkpoint 60 kilometers from the capital. It seems the road is no longer feasible. So, the two target the mountain bikes on the side of the road. They transform into athletes, fully equipped, cycling up the mountain. The two spend 4 days crossing France, overcoming mountains and forests, passing through desolate areas, and finally seeing the assembly point. The old man skillfully flips a stone, taking the key hidden underneath, and quickly unlocks the chain. The two use their strength to push the gate open, continuing to pedal the mountain bikes forward. Finally, they are the last to reach the destination. Kayla excitedly runs to hug them. Everyone celebrates together in the pouring rain. Regarding the following days, Berlin intends for the whole group to live in a beautiful country villa until everything settles down. The press no longer reports on their heroic incident, and until it is confirmed that the police cannot find any clues. The story ends here today. Thank you for watching the movie. What do you think about this movie? Please comment below.